Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to coinpressdaily, where we take a look at the daily crypto news and provide opinion and some analysis on the global crypto market. And today we're going to be talking about the beast that is Bitcoin. Now, before we get started, just a slight disclaimer. Obviously, this is not financial advice. This is merely just opinion, looking at some articles online. We're just going to be talking about them, so you can use this as part of your research. Now, let's get straight into it. So, Bitcoin is going to crash to 2.4k soon. What do we think? Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. But according to this article, Bitcoin will soon see its largest price collapse in over a year. Now, we've already seen that Bitcoin really crashed quite heavily from about 10k down to 5k, 4k earlier on in March. So, it's crashed pretty significantly, and also, that's going to be down to the whole coronavirus issues as well that the whole world is facing right now. So, at the moment, this article is predicting 2.4k. This comes from an analysis from this chap here, at the moon Carl, all right, who is on Twitter, so you can go follow him for obviously Bitcoin analysis. This is on a 4-hour chart, and we're predicting a big crash down to 2.4k, and here we got our sort of classic bear flag sign. Now, this could well be true. This isn't a bad prediction. We can quite clearly see this bear flag. The flip side of that is Bitcoin is poised for a lift off towards the $7,000 level. Now, we've already seen in the charts that we're kind of floating around the sort of 6,300 mark so far as sort of the middle level, and we're trying to reach that $7,000 mark. But really, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at the charts, this isn't really a significant move. This is more of just a correction as we sort of dropped 50% from 10 grand to 5 grand. This is just Bitcoin kind of leveling itself out. But as we can see, the main support is near the 5,950 level. So, we're talking sort of 6k as the kind of level that we're on at the moment. And if we're going to take a look at the charts in a minute, but we can see that obviously we're trying to push towards that, or certainly the bulls are trying to push towards that 7k mark. Whether that's going to happen, whether that's actually going to be, anything significant, we're going to talk about that in just a second. So, back to this analysis. 2.4k. Why 2.4k? Well, I think let's talk about some levels, because personally, I think 2.4k is quite low, and is probably not a level you want to be thinking about at the moment. Granted, it might happen, and this guy already predicted the crash earlier on in March, so it's probably kind of a reliable source. But let's talk about some levels. So if we go to the chart right now, this is the daily chart. And we just want to, let's just talk about what we can see in the chart. First of all, just to really say to you guys, we are in a bear market, all right? We are very much in a bear market. We have been in a bear market for a long, long time. We can quite clearly see this downtrend here. And also, if we go and look at the RSI, which is down here, we can see that we are below this level here with this sort of 56 level on the RSI. Why is that important? Well, if we just zoom out a little bit, you can quite clearly see how the chart sits either above it or below it, right? So when we are in a bull market, we are very much above this 56 level. We use that 56 level as support. And then when we're in a bear market, which we can see here, the RSI 56 is that kind of resistance level. We came right down here to 10, 11. This was back in December into January. Obviously, if you made a trade here, you're an absolute hero. But you can quite clearly see that then when it went bullish, we're using that 56 level as support. Now, if we come to where we're at today, we can quite clearly see that we've broken down underneath that 56 level. So, make no mistake, we are in a bear market at the moment. So make sure, you're thinking bearish, okay? And start looking for opportunities to buy in, on either on those swings, if that's the kind of thing you're doing, or maybe in more long-term investment. Now, this article said 2.4 if the bear flag supports these breaks. Well, what I want to show you guys is on the weekly chart, and we're going to look at a moving average. So if we head over to our 1 week, our weekly candles here, and look at where we are. So as you can see, again, we've had our rally, and we're quite clearly on a downtrend. We had our peak here about 13k, then to 11, then to 10, sort of 9, just 10k, and then we've had this huge crash. Granted that this huge crash is obviously influenced also by the coronavirus as well. That's had an impact across the world, stocks across the world. But I want you to look at the 200-day moving average. Now, what's cool about this is Bitcoin has never gone below the 200-week moving average ever. Obviously, the line kind of stops here, but we can draw a new line here. It just sits under. Okay, Bitcoin, maybe the odd candle kind of dips below, but this moving average sits below all the candles for Bitcoin in the history of Bitcoin. And why is this significant? Well, let's have a look at the chart again. When we had this crash here in November, December in 2018, we fell really, really nicely on the 200-week moving average. And what have we done again? We've had a crash here, and we've fallen onto the 200-week moving average. Now, at the moment, we can see that we've had a little bit of a break below. We didn't have that. All the wicks touched it nicely here, whereas we've had a little bit of action for a couple of weeks outside of the moving average. But it seems to be holding really significant support, which is around that 5,600-700 level. So levels to watch. Obviously, we had that analysis of 2.4k, which is very low indeed. But really, we've got a couple of levels that we want to watch. One is this level, this 200-week moving average. If we can hold good support, like I say, this is a really strong level because Bitcoin has never broken below the 200-week. But who knows? This could change. If that does happen, then we're looking at this level right here, which is 3,200. That kind of level. And then if we break through that, then really, our next level is sort of down here, which is 1k. This is where we're looking. But as we say, at the moment, we're holding support nicely on this 200-week. But again, like I say, make no mistake, we are definitely in a bear market. So hold tight. Don't get too emotional. Hang on in there, and let's just sort of see how this develops. Currently, we can quite clearly see that there is a lot of selling pressure with those wicks. Again, even on the week that we're on currently, but we are sitting on this 200-week line. So at the moment, this sort of 5,600 level is probably where, 5.5 grand is probably a good level to look at. If we break that, the next level we're going to go to is 3,200. But this poses a really amazing opportunity for a lot of people to potentially buy in. Not everyone has 10 grand to buy a Bitcoin. We could, if we hit these lower prices at 3 grand, buying a Bitcoin becomes that much easier, and there's some potential there to make some serious money. So yeah, that kind of concludes the video on this one. Let me know what you think. Do you think we're going to go to 2.4k? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think we're actually going to be going up towards the 7k mark and beyond? What do you guys think? Just before we do conclude the video, there's a little bit at the end here where obviously we've had a huge rush by governments to print paper money, which will all but guarantee inflation over the next several months. And obviously, if we're going to print more physical money, it's devaluing the currency. It's devaluing traditional currencies. Certainly in America, they're printing a lot of money. I'm not sure about the UK at the moment, but if they do, it devalues the currency. However, it's not happening to Bitcoin, so maybe that's going to make Bitcoin that much stronger. Is Bitcoin? Bitcoin can't be influenced. It can't be printed. So does that make it a more kind of sustainable, a more valuable currency? What do we think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I hope you guys found value in that. I am over here on Twitter at coinpressdaily. Obviously up here on YouTube. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And let me know your thoughts. Enjoy the rest of your day.